Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Let's see, Donald Trump, no bombshell stories have come out in the last, 10 minutes or so. So that means we get to kind of take a look back at how the news media has covered President Trump. And a line that Donald Trump had during a commencement ceremony for the Coast Guard Academy, which I guess rubbed the media the wrong way. During his commencement speech at the Coast Guard Academy on Wednesday, President Trump said, quote, "No politician in history has been treated worse or more unfairly. You can't let them get you down. You can't let the critics and the naysayers get in the way of your dreams." There were a lot of people in the media who had a problem with this for some reason because President Trump is relaying to the Coast Guard Academy and to the graduates there, hey, listen, you're going to face obstacles in your life. You're going to face criticism in your life, maybe not on par with what a president will face, but every single one of us just about will face major criticisms at some point, major critiques at some point, and you can't let that get you down. You got to move on. You've got to fight against all of that. That was the president's message, and the media took that and went, oh my goodness, we just can't have this. But let's think about it for a little bit. President Trump saying that no other politician has been treated worse or more unfairly than him. Now, I'm sure there are some in the left-wing media who will say, well, what about President Obama? Yeah, President Obama was treated pretty harshly by some people, but the hatred overall wasn't there for Barack Obama. Now, listen, I'm not somebody who was a fan of Barack Obama. I disagreed with just about every single one of President Obama's policies, but I understood he was president of the United States. I accepted the fact that he was president of the United States. I didn't think he really enjoyed the United States. I'm not saying that he really embraced the U.S. Constitution, but I never hated Barack Obama. I hated some of the things he stood for. I hated some of the policies, but I never hated him. And there's a difference between what we saw with conservative media going after President Obama and the policies of President Obama and what we see with Democrats and really the mainstream media all over the place. You tune in to CNN. All CNN's talking about is how to impeach Donald Trump. MSNBC, how do we impeach Donald Trump? You tune over to ABC, CBS, any of the major networks, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the major newspapers of this nation, USA Today, Politico, all these online websites, keep on going after Donald Trump and are pushing this narrative, though it's not been proven at all, that there was collusion between Trump and Russia. Now, I admit, just like I did on the show yesterday, this Comey deal doesn't look real good, but we need more information. We need the truth to come out regarding this whole Comey memo deal. But back to this line from Trump, that no politician has been treated worse or unfairly. Let's go back to the primaries. You had the media completely swamping Donald Trump, saying that there was no way he could win it. Now that he's president of the United States, you have the media going after Trump 24/7, trying to get Trump impeached, wanting Trump to be impeached, pushing this idea that he should be impeached. There are some media outlets, numerous media outlets, pushing this narrative that Trump is unfit to be president, that he is mentally unstable. There are media outlets that are pushing that Trump can't be trusted with the nuclear codes. There are media outlets pushing a narrative that, even though it's completely false, that there are members of the intelligence community who are not willing to give over intelligence to the president. There are members of the media who are speculating that maybe there are foreign nations who will not share their intelligence with the United States, even though that hasn't been proven. So Donald Trump might actually be onto something here, that no other politician has been treated more unfairly than Donald Trump. Now, I'm sure those on the left will say, well, what about Barack Obama? With Barack Obama, I disagreed with Barack Obama's policies. I did not like what he stood for when it came to the U.S. Constitution. I did not like what he stood for as far as trying to remake this country. I didn't personally hate Barack Obama. There are members of the news media, and I would say there are numerous members of the news media, and of the Democratic Party, by the way, who personally hate Barack Obama. With Hillary Clinton was a disastrous candidate. She was bad for this country. She was a horrible candidate. But Donald Trump was treated worse by the media than Hillary Clinton ever was. The media has wanted to look into the supposed ties between Donald Trump and Russia and Donald Trump's campaign and Russia much more than they ever wanted to investigate anything with Hillary Clinton. So Donald Trump's probably onto something no other candidate has faced what he is facing right now from the national news media. I will say some of it he has brought on himself, but the majority of it is this backlash and this pure hatred that you see from the news media, that you see from Democrats, that you see from late night comedians like Stephen Colbert, who it's not even comedy anymore. It is a personal hatred of Donald Trump. So Donald Trump, you're on to something here. You probably are the most hated and treated the most unfairly of any politician that we have seen in quite a long time. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show, weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. We'll talk later.